A Christmas gift. How to set objectives for 2025 as an entrepreneur within 60 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. Hi, my name is Christian Wutzerball. I support the textile service industry with management, training, know-how, and textile service 4.0 and practical hints that you can implement right away. And I'm also an entrepreneur myself, so I'm implementing everything that I'm recording right now. So I want to share a very simple sheet with you. How to formulate the objectives for next year within 30 minutes, 60 minutes, maybe 1.5 hours. So it took me and my partner, we are together, and we own a laundry with 200 employees altogether, and we service 250 customers. We do about 80,000 pounds a day. 35 tons a day, metric tons. And we did the objectives within 1 hour, maybe 90 minutes. Together this week, and we did it with this brief instrument. First, we set non-objectives or non-goals and objectives for next year. It's always important to start with what you do not want to do anymore, because this frees up your head, it frees up your space, and I recommend you that you do it right away. So start in January and February to get rid of something that hinders you to implement goals. I would say the non-objectives are maybe even more important than the objectives itself. And if you are very aggressive, then you could also skip the objectives altogether and do just non-objectives if it's really necessary. But what do you not do anymore? And this will free up much space and much bandwidth. It's incredible. So non-objectives, and then when you follow my videos, then you will see it again and again. I always talk about 6 viable KPIs that you need in your business, and it's the market position. That's basically the success that you have. Then the innovation, how innovative are you, and so that you do not have the danger to be replaced by someone else. Productivity, which is basically everything. Labor productivity is key in the industry, but also, of course, WECO, water consumption, electricity, thermal energy, and so on. Textiles, everything that you need to have a good bottom line. And then HR, employees, how to develop your team. And then the margin, whatever is your objectives, a net profit, EBIT, EBITDA, and last but surely not least, liquidity. And I think if you have these 6 KPIs in mind, it cannot go wrong. And so these are the rows, and now some examples. As for market position, for instance, we have the objectives next year as a company to get rid of all the contract linen. We do not have much contract linen anymore, but this contract linen, I can tell you, makes a lot of stress and decreases probably productivity by 10, 15, maybe 20%. And so we want to get rid of all contract linen as soon as possible, probably in the first half. Then we have objectives also regarding new clients, in our case, nursing homes, hospitals, and hotels, hospitality. And we have also some initiatives there. So this is basically how we improve the market position. Then innovation. Innovation is not what you do on the shop floor. It's not about new machines. It's not about robotics. It's about what you offer to the customers. And in our case, we do not want to have a contract linen anymore. Then the objective is that we complete the project with UHF technology. So we bought the company 18 months ago, and we need now to complete the project that has already started. I already did it in some other plants before, about 6 plants. So I have some experience, and we want to do it now also in Roding. The next thing, productivity. Last year, this year, 2024, I had most probably it was also my fault. If something goes wrong, then it's always the fault of the boss. So we had a backlog this summer season that was terrible, and we have a good idea how to avoid this problem next year. And we want to increase productivity big time with a few measures. And if you subscribe to the channel, then I can give you live updates every week about improvements that we are doing and share insights. And then we have also an objective regarding fulfillment rate. So the list of items that we deliver to various departments at the customers shall not be more than 15 lines. So basically most of the customers, so we have 250 customers, so basically 97% of the customers have no shortage at all. And for big customers, big clients, it would be something like 2, 3, 5 lines altogether. That's the objective for next year, and the year after we'll try to do even better, because at the end of the day it should be 100%. HR, the team, the non-objective is their micromanagement by GIF is actually German. It was not translated by top management. I have to admit that I did some micromanagement last year, and that's something that I want to avoid next year. We have already team leaders, and we want to complete the team structure. Very confident that we will be able to do it by April. And we are already implementing a meeting structure in order to get the improvements done. And we need to improve this meeting structure. And then the team leaders are in place and work also according to the job description. I have a really great job description. and I can show it to you in another video if you want. And we want to develop the team leaders with this job description, and in this case we would have monthly, or at least every second month, a conversation with each team leader and give him feedback in which part he has made progress and in which part he still needs to develop himself or herself. And then we want to have 5 implemented improvements per week. So not just improvement ideas, but things done. So for instance, to improve with one measure to the downtime on the ironer, and to implement this one measure to improve this downtime or whatever. So very concrete improvements, 5 a week, which means 250 accumulated over the next year. That's the objective. And I will try to show it to you as well. And we have an idea on how to do it. It's not perfect. So personally, so the North Star in this case is much more. But I think it's a good next step. It's much more than we did in 2024. And we'll take it from there. Cash flow and profit. Yeah, it's a YouTube video, so I cannot share every objective that we are doing. But we want to be about 10% operating margin next year. Yeah, it's a realistic number, still challenging, and EBITDA is not so great because we do not have so much depreciation right now. But still, we will make a next step to make this company really profitable. And then liquidity is, we have right now no bank liabilities. That's nice. We have basically equity. And we want to stick with this, so we will not have any additional bank liabilities or leasing obligations. And then we have an objective on how much cash we want to have at the lowest point during the month, which is when we pay the salaries in our case. So this is very specific, as you see, and I would encourage you to start with a blank sheet. Do not take the objectives from last year, because the objectives should be specific to the current year. So it should be something that is specific for the current challenges. You are always every year wiser. You have experiences. Every year is different. And I would encourage you to start anew every year and not just copy it from the previous year, and make very specific objectives right to the current year, and not too many objectives. So it should be not more than 7, max 10 objective altogether. And then what is important is that you formulate it in a smart way. In my translation of smart means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and with a time limit. And so I think it's really important that these especially that it's specific to the current situation and that it's measurable. And in order to be realistic, you need to have an idea at least, and I would encourage you also to write it down for each objectives, 1, 2, 3, 4 bullet points on how you approach this project. And then you see whether you have the money, whether you have the time, whether it's realistic, whether you have the employees. And so only do objectives, especially when it's just an annual objective, when you have a very concrete idea on how to do it. So that's my advice. And also my gift, so you can download this file yourself. Just have the link in the description. And then an ad from the sponsor of the video. The sponsor is myself. We are doing a membership class, and if you are interested, so we meet every week. We are doing this in German right now, and we are starting it in English as well. So the idea is that we meet together and that we develop the business together. And I can only say right now, I've only members that recommend me, and we have with each and every member an increase in revenue every year. We have with each and every member an increase in profit margin every year. We are solving together HR issues. So we are solving together problems with customers and with marketing. And I think it's fun. It's fun to do it together and to improve our business. So see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.